Hi everyone, welcome to our weekly planetary weather forecast. My name is Natalie. In this video, we'll be talking about this upcoming week's astrology. What aspect is happening up in the sky? How can we tune into these energies and so on and so forth? So before I start, just a quick announcement. Next month in March, when the sun enters Aries, the first sign of the 12th zodiac, we are welcoming a new astrological year. And to celebrate that, and also we have a lot of major astrological transit happening this year. And also to prepare everyone for that, I have a little special offer. Whether you have done a natal chart reading before or not, it doesn't matter. If you are interested, you're curious to learn more about yourself through your own unique natal chart, feel free to email me or DM me through Instagram to schedule a natal chart reading. And my special offer is in order to prepare you and give you a little heads up as to what all those major transit look like for you in your own natal chart. When you schedule a natal chart reading with me anytime this year, you will receive a free mini transit reading, which I'll share with you how are all these major astrological transit happening in your own natal chart. Which area are they happening in your own natal chart? So to give you a little heads up, a little weather forecast, so you can know what's to come, how you can work with the energy to transform, change, and shift different areas of your life. So if you want to know more about it, if you have any question, or if you want to book a reading, feel free to contact me. All my information in the description box below, email or DM through Instagram. So let's begin. So this week, from February 13 to 19, we're going to see what the astrology is like for us this upcoming week. As we all know, if you do celebrate, Valentine's Day is happening this week as well on the 14th, but I personally think that is a over marketing and a day filled with capitalism. But I do love to call it a love day, a universal love day, where we celebrate the universal love, not just the romantic. Of course, celebrate that, like celebrate with your partner, your loved ones, right? But also a bigger picture, a universal love, where we celebrate the love that we have for ourselves and for everyone around us, right? So this is how I see the day. So anyway, let's begin. Talk about that. You might want to delay your Valentine's Day celebration to the next day, because even though we are feeling it, the energy of this aspect is building up. It will be exact. The aspect will be exact on the 15th. What am I talking about? We're talking about Venus and Neptune, both in Pisces, sharing a kiss, sharing conjunction next to each other, right? So Venus, the planet of love, of relationships, money matters, things that brings us joy, and just, really love and happy and joyful, is conjuncting with Neptune, the dreamy, the beautiful, artsy, dreamy planet, which is all about our intuition as well. Neptune, in the modern astrology, also known as kind of like a higher vibration of Venus, which is more of a universal love and really our higher mind, our intuition, and so on and so forth. So when these two planets cross path and share a kiss, the vibe is going to be magnified, right? So you're definitely feeling that love in the air today on the 15th, and of course you're feeling that the day or the 2 days before, because energy builds up and dissipate slowly. So you'll be feeling it in the beginning of the week for sure. So today is definitely a perfect day to continue your Love Day celebration with your loved ones. Maybe go out, go on a date, go do something that makes you happy or makes your loved one happy. Go on a date, do something dreamy and nice for each other, and spend it with your loved ones, whether it is your family members, your partner, your bestie, or even your furry baby, right? So definitely share the love today. And also, Neptune and Venus together is a super creative, intuitive day as well. So if you do anything with creativity, I mean, everyone has creativity, right? But especially if you work in the creative industry, you really want to have your phone or notebook with you all time early this week, because it's just such a creative day, such a beautiful day. You might receive some ideas, downloads, or messages as to how you want to approach your creative projects, idea, and so on and so forth. And definitely a beautiful day to just dive and escape into arts, go to the museum, go for a scenic walk, maybe dive into movies, Netflix, music, and just escape into that world. Just let your mind relax and dive into that and see what happens. And of course, Neptune associated with escapism, and this overload love day can also have a shadow aspect, because as we all know, shadow have both light and shadow attribute. So one of the shadow attribute is escapism, rose tinted glasses. You might get swept up with all this love vibe and oversee something that you might regret later. So maybe that date might be too good to be true, and maybe you let yourself escape into substances, so be careful if you're using any of them, if you drink or indulge or so on and so forth. Make sure you are taking care of yourself, be safe, but do have fun. But the shadow attribute is you might be really using them to escape and not allowing yourself to see the truth, the red flags, the truth and realness in it. So do have fun, but carry a grain of clarity around you. And why did I say that? Because that aspect next day coming in will really give you that reality check. Just slap right back down we go, the roller coaster, because the next day on the 17th we have a powerful Cazimi, a Saturn Cazimi. What is that? That is when the Sun and Saturn conjunct together, and this is happening in the sign of Aquarius. So a fun scenario is maybe you have too much to drink. Maybe you just went out and enjoy yourself a little bit too much. Next day, maybe you woke up at some place you don't think you should be. Or maybe you did something you regret and oops, maybe I shouldn't do that, say that. Reality check, click in. Saturn and Sun is shining that bright light. It's like, what did you do? So this is just an example. Not that everyone will have that, but that is definitely one of the ways it can show up. So the next day on the 17th, the Sun and Saturn conjunct in the sign of Aquarius. So this is the day where you really want to drop that rose-tinted glasses and come back out into the reality and take a hard look as to what is happening, right? For some people, maybe it's really what I just talked about, but this is also where it's actually quite important, because Saturn Cazimi is that really I don't want to use the word tough, but it really shine a light into to bring your focus in, right? It's time to call back some focus and structure into a particular area of your life or something that you have been working on, developing, unfolding, it's time to check in with your goals, your responsibility. That area might need a little bit more of that right now, right? The sun is shining that light on Saturn and to bring in that work for you. Hello, time to put in some work and take a look. So maybe there's something you have been putting on, procrastinating. Maybe you know you need to do, but you still haven't get to do that yet. This is the time to bring in the focus after that fun love day to do some work. Maybe perhaps this is for you to look at the house that is ruled by Aquarius. And it is quite important. Saturn is wrapping up this house in your own natal chart after spending almost 3 years in it, and the Sun and Saturn today conjunct one last time. It will not happen for another 30 years or so. The Sun and Saturn will not come together in the sign of Aquarius. So what did you learn, especially the past 3 years since March 2020 when Saturn first enter Aquarius? We all know what happened to the collective. The pandemic started for real. What have you learned over the past 3 years? The Sun and Saturn coming together shine their light today again to see how far you have come. And it's time to wrap up what you have been learning, changing, shifting, developing, unfolding in that area of your life, your Aquarius rule house, or anything that, you know, like I said, you have been developing, working on. Saturn and Sun is coming in to shine the light one more time before Saturn leaves Aquarius to give you a reality check. So take some time this week after the Fun Love Day to really see how far you have come, to reflect and see how far you have come, celebrate your wins, but also to see how you want to move forward as you're wrapping up this cycle in your life. On 18, we have Mercury in Aquarius sextile Jupiter in Aries, a beautiful, supportive energy coming in, and I personally think is a very there's no accident, and all these aspects just happen right on time, right? We have that Cassimi that we have with the Sun and Saturn earlier, and today we are receiving some supportive energy to help us navigate, to help us communicate, right? This is also a really, because Mercury is having a sextile with Jupiter, it boosts up the communication and the way we think. Is definitely a day where you can be more open-minded as to communicating with others, whether you're giving or receiving communication. For some, this might be a day where you receive or give exciting or happy or good news. So see what that happens, what that means for you. Maybe you might be the one receiving or giving the news to other people. And this is also a day to really nice to talk about what happened maybe during the Sun Saturn Cassimi with people that maybe you work with, a trusted friend, a therapist, or whatever, to ask for advice, to just have an open mind conversation, or just chat in general, you know. And also this is a great day to pitch your ideas, because the Mercury and Jupiter sextile is definitely giving you that little confident boost. If there's an idea that you want to pitch, or that you want to share, a creative project you want to discuss with somebody, that, or maybe you want to collaborate with somebody, or you want to work with someone, today is definitely a good day to chat with them, to pitch your ideas, to type that email, to make that phone call, and so on and so forth. So definitely use that day to do this kind of thing. And lastly, on Sunday the 19th, the Sun enters Pisces to kickstart Pisces season for us. So the sun will enter Pisces Hong Kong time February 19 on at 6:34 a.m. and Eastern time, later time zone, it will be on the 18th night 5:34 Eastern time. So adjust the time according to where you are in the world. The sun enter Pisces, the last sign of the 12th zodiac. So this is also the last season of our astrological year. So we move from Aquarius, the future forward thinking air sign, to this deep luminous sea of feeling water sign to close out this astrological year. Time to drop that energy center down to our heart as we begin this last season, as we are wrapping up this astrological year. It's time to wear our feelings, our compassion, forgiveness on our sleeve, as Pisces is this very intuitive and compassionate sign. And as I said, Pisces is the last sign of the 12th zodiac. It is closing out the astrological year. So for some of us, we might feel like a particular area of our life or something in our life is kind of coming to an end. We're wrapping up something in our life, and maybe this is also a good time to reflect on how far you have come, what happened in this past 12 months as we zoom through, as the sun zoomed through this 12th zodiac sign through the sky. What happened for you, and how celebrate your win, take stock of what happened, reflect on them, and how you want to move forward as the sun enters Aries next month to kickstart a new year. And this Pisces season is going to be pretty damn juicy because we are ending the astrological year with quite a bang. One of the major astrological shift and transit is happening during this Pisces season, early March, when Saturn leaves Aquarius, ending this 3 years transit cycle and enter Pisces. And we'll definitely talk more about that. This is going to kickstart another 2.5-3 years for us as a collective and individually. So check out and see where it is in your own natal chart. Pisces season in general, Pisces is the sign with the two fish swimming in opposite direction, and it is reminding us the yin and the yang, the light and the darkness in life, as we can't have one without the other, that it is the balance of the two create the life that we have, the wholeness. And Pisces is a intuitive, compassionate sign. So during this Pisces season, we might feel more compassionate and intuitive too. We might want to pay attention to the weaker groups in our society, in the world, to help them out. And we all see what's happening in the world, the devastating earthquake. I'm sure this will be one of the focus in Pisces season. We're all trying to see how we can chip in and help out in any way possible, and or any other things that's happening in the world. During this season, we are also being invited to tune into our own intuition more often, drop down to our heart space and connect with our inner voice, our inner compass, to let it guide us, because this is the truest, most real voice within ourselves. When we drop down, be still, be quiet enough to listen to what our intuition truly want to tell us, how we want to move forward as we're closing out this astrological year to move into a new one where it's packed with a major transit. So take some time during this Pisces season to slow down a little bit, to tune in a little bit, go inward, and to reflect on this astrological year, to take stock of what happened, the good, the bad, the light, the dark, everything. And so you can prepare yourself as we kickstart a new year next month. So this is what's happening up in the sky this week with the astrology, and now we'll end the video with some guidance from tarot card. So wow, this week our tarot guidance just amazed me, and when the card dropped out, I stared at it for like a good 10 seconds, just like staring at it, because 3 cards came out and they are all major arcana. Oh my god. So this week can be quite significant for some of us, as I feel like this is more about that Saturn Cassimi that's really allowing us and inviting us actually to have this reality check-in. What the hell is happening in that Aquarius house for us, and how are you doing? How do you want to move forward, right? So the tarot card that came out is the Devil, which is the Capricorn energy, and we just have that Pluto Mercury conjunction last week, which was pretty potent and powerful, as well as Pluto is also wrapping up a more than a decade journey in our Capricorn house. So perhaps we are still feeling this energy, right? And perhaps we have some important conversation, or internally we have some realization as to how we want to move forward. How did that Capricorn house transform for you, and how you want to continue to navigate your journey as we move forward. And the second card is, oh my goodness, we have the World. Okay, this is the card that represents Saturn. And what did I just say? We have that Sun conjunct Saturn this week. Wow. So really, we're wrapping up the World. The World is signifying the end of a cycle. We're going to start a new one very soon, as Saturn wrapping up a cycle in Aquarius and will enter Pisces next month. So we are really just taking this week, using this Saturn conjunction to really look back and see how far, what has shifted and changed over the past almost 3 years in our life, right? Wow, it's just, I can feel this really strong energy coming through the card for all of us. So maybe for some we feel it more, and some we might not feel as much, and that is totally fine. And lastly, we have the Empress, right? This is so beautiful. This is that Venus card, that Venus Neptune conjunction, right? All together, this is basically telling us that yes, tune into your heart. What makes you happy? What kind of life do you truly want? What seeds do you want to plant now as we step into the new astrological year? What do you want to nurture for yourself, for a particular area of your life? As we're closing out a cycle in our life, we learn some lesson, receive some new knowledge, wisdom, we receive some new realization internally, or we got some experience externally to help us navigate as we close out the cycle. Now we know what we truly love, and we also understand that in order to live the life we truly love, we need to be real to our goals, our responsibility, our dreams. They are not fake, right? Dreams can come true, but we need to first be aware of them. We need to know what we want. We need to be true to ourselves, and then we need to put in the structure and work, that Saturn energy coming in, right? Dreams, goals, responsibility, they all align with each other. We have the power to make anything become reality as long as we put in the work and structure, as long as we stay true to ourselves, align with what is it that we truly want, right? Whoa, super powerful. Let's look at the Moonology card that came up. We have first quarter moon in Pisces, honor your feelings. Oh my goodness. And this is basically really asking us, right, to truly listen to ourselves as we are stepping also into the Pisces season at the end of this week, right? Honor your feelings, drop down to your intuition, your heart space. What the hell do you want? What kind of life do you want? Who do you want to spend time with? Who deserves your time, your love, your care? What needs your responsibility, your focus, right? Honor your feelings and truly listen to the answer of all those questions I just asked. New moon in Aquarius. open up to change. Hello. We do have Aquarius energy, right? Saturn is wrapping up the cycle in our Aquarius. Time to open up to new changes. You've gathered a lot of information, changes, and shift over the past 3 years. Wow. New moon in Virgo. Trust all will be well. Yes. And know that always the universe is always co-creating in the background with you. Trust yourself, trust the universe, right? Lastly, an affirmation for all of us this week. I know that pure joy is the result of being in alignment with my soul. I am true to myself. Wow, very powerful, right? This is all about you needing to align yourself, be true to yourself. What are your hopes and dreams, right? What are your hopes and dreams? Know that you have what it takes to make them a reality. Yes, sometimes it is not easy. Yes, sometimes it needs you to dedicate, to put in some hard work, to tend to them, to focus on them. But this is definitely something that can grow, that can be nurtured into something beautiful in the future. So honor your feelings, time to see, right? And open up to changes. Perhaps something might come in for you this week. So wishing you all a good week ahead. Feel free to drop any comment below to communicate with me. I'm wishing you all a good week ahead. I'll see you guys next week. Bye!